recording, and now we'll start streaming. And I'll have to verify that in a minute. But go ahead, John.
Okay.
I have a twin.
Everybody's had a chance to read your characters and their backstory.
Interesting. You have a Siamese twin.
Conjoined. I actually do have a twin.
It looks like your twin has something on its forehead,
So,
like an H.
okay, don't be distracted by the... Go ahead and just focus on the game.
All right, let's put that up.
We're
there.
just sharing with our
That's
supporters
the
and stuff. So.
In a galaxy far, far away.
You want me to read it for you, or you want to read it?
Oh, you go ahead and read it. That's perfect.
All right. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, escape from Mos Shuta. It is a period of unrest and opportunity in the galaxy. The Galactic Empire struggles to maintain control in the midst of civil war. Meanwhile, scoundrels and smugglers, explorers and expatriates, and fringers of all types scramble for a living on the edges of galactic civilization. It is a hard life, but these renegades have more freedom and opportunity than any citizen of the core worlds. On the desert world of Tatooine, a few such renegades have run afoul of a local crime boss, Timo the Hutt. Trapped in the tiny spaceport of Mos Shuta, the renegades have no choice but to steal a starship and flee Timo's forces. Fortunately, a suitable starship has recently docked at the landing bay, a freighter called the Crate Fang, captained by a Trandoshan slaver named Trex. As they flee through the sun's-baked streets, the renegades duck into the local cantina to hide from their pursuers.
So, just in case you want to know, this is Timo the Hutt.
Timo the Hutt. He ate himself to death.
Yes, and many others.
Where's the login roster?
It's right here.
Okay, this pen goes with it as all.
Right to the eyeball.
Do you wish us to ask questions about each other's characters before?
He's the game master, so...
So actually, go ahead and introduce yourselves so you guys know who everybody is, because you would know each other before teaming up.
Okay, yeah.
Soon.
I don't know, Mr. Pink and Mr. White and...
That
more
was
dogs.
exceptional circumstances that hopefully should not happen very often.
I haven't gotten to that point yet.
Yeah. Backstory is on the back.
Which makes strange place for it.
Start at the
scratch
very
paper.
ending.
I'm gonna
Very
give everybody
strange
some
place
scratch
to
paper.
start. Do we want to each read our ones out? It might take a little bit.
Just enough for an introduction of who you are, what you do, what your specialties are.
I mean, I can read very quickly. The Droid 41 Vex's programming contains a self-improvement directive as is appropriate for a doctor, just as organic doctors are commonly committed to continuing education to keep their skills sharp and to develop new techniques. So too is V41 Vex, dedicated to increasing its skills and mastery of medicine. Unfortunately for 41 Vex, the droid wasn't... Anyway.
Droids don't have to breathe.
You had to breathe. You're not a droid.
Yeah. It is simulated.
He's doing that for our benefit. Wait, no.
Over the decades, with no memory wipe.
So you're the Wookiee named Lobrick?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, we're teaming up. You're also a pilot?
You should have to take notes
Thank
or do
you.
character
Oh,
upgrades.
I have 3 points in it, so...
I'm a better pilot, I guess.
Eric, can you still hear us
Oh,
okay?
Posh. Who's Posh?
I'm Bosch.
Yes. You're the good
Okay,
pilot.
Yay.
And let's let everybody, just since we are streaming and recording, do quick introductions, just very brief. John?
I am John Wilker, Vice President of RPG Research, and I will be your Game Master today for Star Wars Edge of the Empire.
Dun, dun, dun.
We are doing the beginner game. We are evaluating it for our personal use and study to see if it's appropriate for our program
And research.
and research, which would make it appropriate for our program.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry.
Then we've already got the introductions, so moving on, tell us who you are and who you're playing.
Hi, my name's Alan. I'm playing a tweak named Oscara. And I'm here, having met several people here through conventions
Mhm.
and trying to learn how to play this new system.
Great.
I'm Daniel, sleep-deprived volunteer.
Yep, after a long day at work. And just yesterday, late night on
Yeah.
Twitch with our Heroes of the Mist show.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for making it. Appreciate it. Again, if you need some caffeine, 5-hour energy,
That
whatever.
would go against my ultimate plan of getting
Sleeping
home
tonight. I
and
know,
then
I know.
sleeping as I enter the house.
Understood.
I'm going to be playing a Wookiee. So I chose the Wookiee so that if I fall asleep and start snoring, I'll still be in character.
According to your wife.
Yes.
Wonderful. Dan, you were with us almost a year, right? Is it September when you joined us?
Oh, I can't remember. I'm horrible with time.
September, October. Yeah.
But yeah, I've been up here in Spokane about coming close to a year now.
Okay.
Doesn't feel like a year.
What's it feel like?
Honestly, it only feels like a couple of months to me.
Flown by?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Good.
I'm Riley, and I'm playing a human smuggler called Pash. I'm a volunteer here.
Yeah. Player Archetype Specialist 1. Yeah. And welcome. And how long have you been gaming?
I've been gaming for a little over like a year and a quarter.
Okay. Cool.
Pretty long.
My name's Hawk Robinson. I'm president and founder of RPG Research. I've been gaming since the 70s. For these RPG training days, often we are just trying to game out ourselves. We have not, like John grabbed the box last night after our Twitch broadcast for Heroes of the Mist, still shrink wrapped, and took it home, and has a job and everything, and a life, and all of that. And so these, especially with these games, they claim you can kind of learn on the fly, that it will teach you as you go. So we kind of intentionally don't prep too much for the ones that claim that, because then we can see, well, how well do they teach you the system from scratch? Is it really appropriate? If we recommend it to somebody who's never role-played before, is it really truly going to walk them through, or is it going to rely on people with gaming experience and such to have an enjoyable time? So you'll get to see us fumble through it. How much time did you get to kind of pre-look at it, John?
Just long enough to read the entire thing. Of this, the adventure.
Okay, which is about how many pages?
It is
Some people just listen on audio.
32 pages.
32 pages, okay, pretty standard.
I
short
did
one.
not read the rule book.
But you were able to read through the 32 pages? You had time to
Correct.
get through that? Oh, great. Wow.
When you're in the bathroom,
We don't need to know, John. That's okay.
there are techniques to find reading time. Some of them
Yes.
are more dangerous than others. I did not read the 48-page rule book.
Okay, but I don't think you're supposed to have to for this, because it is introductory. It's supposed to walk you through.
Correct.
We'll see.
You're supposed to only read the rule book after you finish the
Right,
module
so that you can
itself.
continue. Excellent. And yeah, this is the Fantasy Flight game, Star Wars
Edge of the Empire.
Edge of the Empire. So we've got a screen up from Age of Rebellion, because we ran that previously. We have a screen for it. We don't have a screen for Edge of the Empire. And I think there are slight differences between the screens besides the artwork, but it's what we have. So yeah, there you go. So that's what we will be. Actually, if you want it to be on camera, you're going to want it, because that camera's there. So yeah, there you go. That only just barely shows that corner. Here, actually, I can fix that. I'll move some stuff around. But let's go ahead and.
Okay.
I need to make them. That's way too close. Anyway, go ahead, John.
All right. So the bottom map on that sheet there is Moshota and Moshota, and it is not representative of scale. So if you can take that brown disc there and just place it next to the cantina, which is in this far corner right here, that indicates where you are as a group. We won't obviously running your characters over it because the scale is off. The proper scale areas are like the cantina there, which you guys are just outside of currently. So you guys go ahead and put your little markers of your people outside the cantina.
Thank you.
Ah, okay. I thought you meant over there.
Yeah, on the map of the cantina.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There you go. You step down a short flight of stairs into the cantina's shadowy common room. The cool air is blessed relief from the scorching heat of Tatooine. 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 I can say these words if I don't say them out loud. The Varonian bartender pauses in his chores to stare at you, his devilish features intimidating. On a stage against the far wall, a Twi'lek woman dances to recorded music. Dun, 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 dun. It does recommend playing the music.
Yeah, we can't do that if we're streaming.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There are copyright laws.
But I can make a version that follows the same. What you do is you do music theory analysis on it, and you analyze what the movements are and the note spacing and all that. So you create the mathematical algorithm, and then you can replicate the exact same style, but it's different notes, and it will be directly recognizable as it, but doesn't violate copyright.
Perfect.
So if we do a lot of this, I can create that kind of music.
Or I can just do bad singing because nobody will copyright that.
Singing it accurately can still get you in trouble. It's just like singing copyright, like "Happy Birthday" and stuff like that.
Right, but I can't
Which
accurately
is
sing
copyright.
it, so that's safe.
He's banking on his lack of skill.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly. Private booths line the walls, and the cantina floor is scattered with tables and chairs. A few patrons turn their seats to stare at you. The only other exits you see from the room are what looks to be a storage closet in one corner and a doorway behind the Twi'lek dancer. The arched roof above you is supported by thick, heavy struts. You only have a few moments to find a hiding place before Timo's thugs arrive. What do you do? So you guys get to go in there and make a decision of your plan. You may want to discuss amongst yourselves, or you may just everybody declare individual actions, depending on how brave you are.
I suggest we move in and get into a better position, perhaps near the back.
I was gonna say we jump over the bar and hide back there, and then try and make it to the closet. We could see the closet, right?
Is there a service dock inside to hide in?
There are private booths. You may have to go into a private booth and see if they have a service dock.
Let's see if we can get a private booth.
We don't normally serve your kind here.
Oh, that's right. That could be a problem.
Is there a quote rack?
I just saw one walk in.
No, like with actual quotes on it.
No.
So did the bartender just shout at me?
Yeah.
We don't serve your kind here.
Gosh dang, Korak.
So then I'll go outside and look for somewhere to hide. Outside. What is
I
that?
suggest we go into the right and into the larger booth to the right. They come in, we might be able to get out
This
behind
one?
them. Yeah.
Sure, I'll head there.
So,
Sure, move me there too. We can pile in there maybe in... If there's private booths, they have curtains.
yes, they can be uncurtained.
Let's pull the curtains.
It's curtains for you, I say.
So,
You go high, I go low. If they come through.
I'm gonna actually be right by the curtains, so to make it. I'm covered in fur. I'm hoping that the curtains looks kind of like my fur.
You're a
except-
Wookiee, I can figure you can go high.
Yeah. And I'll continue standing that way. I can go high. I put my axe right up next to me.
Hi. So where outside did you plan on hiding, or do you plan?
Well, I was asking what this is.
That is generators.
Okay.
So you
is
can
there
hide
space
over
for me to
there.
hide between there?
Okay.
Is there enough of a gap for me to squeeze in and duck down?
So everybody is going to make a stealth.
Okay.
And if you look at your character sheets, you're going to find that there is a number of dice that indicates that you get to roll for that. Now you'll have to.
4 green ones. I need another green one. Could we open one of the other packs? Or
We already have enough.
No, that's fine. You can open.
Okay.
Go ahead and open it. It's fine. They're there to be used,
that.
not just looked at.
I didn't figure what kind of a success or non-success it was.
But you also have to roll one purple die for the difficulty of it.
So those are the ones that kind of foil.
Oh, good.
Nothing is actually good in this case.
so that's
That wasn't pessimism when I said
It,
that.
it counters out your positive dice.
so that's 2 advantages, 3 advantages, and 2 stars.
Two successes.
Oh wow! So yeah, but 3 advantages. Okay, actually that's very good.
Okay. So you've done a very good job of hiding behind the curtain.
Okay.
Actually, I was wanting to get behind the table with my carbine underneath it.
So in the booth?
In the booth.
In the booth, okay.
So my carbine's hidden under the table. I've seen this before.
Okay, so
Han shot first.
Oh.
I have 1 success and 1 advantage.
Actually, what's that? That's 2 more successes, isn't it?
You know, yeah, but it's
It
cancelled
gets
out by
canceled
one.
out.
The threat die.
Difficulty die cancels out.
Or actually, no, the threat cancels out this.
The advantage.
So I don't have any advantage, but I have 2 successes.
You have a despair.
No, that's not okay.
Failure, success, stars.
One of these. Okay, I have 2 successes and 2 advantages.
Threat symbols take out advantage symbols, not success symbols. They are separate.
Well, that's a failure. He had a threat one, I had a failure.
Right. So yours cancel each other out
Yes.
properly. And I don't believe that his. I'm double checking.
He
I'm
had
at
an
the bottom.
advantage. It says advantages cancel out.
They cancel and are canceled by advantage symbols.
Yeah.
Got it.
At the bottom it says your threat symbols indicate negative side effect and consequences. Even on
So
a
he had one of
successful
each
check,
advantage, yeah.
they cancel and are cancelled by advantage. So yeah, they cancel each other out. I am the Kotrak.
Oh, you won with the
A
coat
furry furry one at that.
Wrong setting.
I don't have him listed on this. I don't know him.
Does anyone truly know anyone?
I know him.
You must know thyself.
I grabbed him, the droid medic, patched me up after each fight. So you used to patch me up.
Okay.
I decided to team up with him.
I'm putting these in the doorway.
Right here.
Yep. They shouldn't be stacked on top of each other because that would be awkward.
They're all just stacked up.
Unless they're all Jawas and on each other's shoulders.
Moments after you hide yourselves, a small troop of pig-like Gamorreans carrying heavy, bone-breaking clubs step through the door. Timo's enforcers. They blink their beady little eyes in the gloom, peering around. Then, seeing nothing of interest, they grunt and whine in their private language. Did you have a botch?
Well, let's see here.
He
What is that?
What
That's
symbol is it?
he has 3 advantage. He has 2
Well,
advantage.
yeah, 2, because that looks is canceled out. Right?
Well,
Or, no, wrong symbol. There we go.
that one.
Thank you.
So you had 1 success and 1 advantage.
No, 2 advantage.
Just 2 advantage.
2 advantage,
This is
but,
canceled out.
Right.
but no successes.
Okay. They see nothing of interest, grunt and whine in their primitive language, and turn to go. You know they'll keep looking for you until you take them out. But with their backs turned, this is the perfect moment to strike. Also, at the same moment, they are distracted by the noise that was being made around the corner there, since you had no successes. But it's an advantage. So the advantage part here is because you had advantages, is that the party has them surprised.
Huh.
Because they were distracted by the noise that happened outside.
Okay, so it helped them.
Right.
Meanwhile, I'll be scrap iron.
I don't think they made enough iron for you. You're aluminum.
Aluminium.
All right.
Come from the British part of Tatooine.
Since you guys won initiative by having surprise, it goes first player character, second player character, third player character, then the NPCs. They will all act together. If you had failed in keeping yourselves hidden, then it would have been the first player character, the NPCs, then the second and third and fourth player characters. It does not matter who fills the slot. The slots belong to everybody. So in the second round, a different one of you can take the first slot.
Okay.
But it'll always be first, second, third, NPCs, fourth. But you guys can switch what order you go in every round.
Okay.
As you choose. So, who would like to respond first? Okay, what are you doing?
I would like to charge this guy
Okay.
and pick him up and throw him against the other three.
All right. So, what you're doing is a maneuver that's moving to a location within short range, moving between range bands. And since you're only halfway across, that is actually doable. Then you perform an attack. Your attack is to lift him. Is there a skill on there to account for that?
I have it's either going to be athletics or brawn.
It will probably be brawn,
Let's see here.
and that will be.
No, brawn is just my characteristics, but let's see here. There's athletics.
Don't you have fists
Doesn't look like there's
under your weapon stuff?
I do have fists. That's going to be under brawl, but I'm like literally just trying to throw them instead of just punching them.
All right. Put 2 difficulty dice and a
You'd think
red
brawl would cover all
red
of
dis-
that.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. Does it say specifically that brawl is only punching and not like just general brawling?
I think it's, brawl.
I mean,
Brawling is brawling.
Yeah.
it's the same.
Does it
dice
have
for
brawl
both
as a
of them.
skill?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, then you can use brawl as their skill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2 difficulty and 1 red.
Yep.
Okay.
What is your brawn, by the way?
My brawn is 4.
Okay, so you're just slightly stronger than they are.
So let's see here. These are 2 successes. 3 successes.
The Wookiee was only slightly stronger than normal ones. Huh? What are they? What kind of species?
Gamorreans.
Oh, Gamorreans.
The
Okay.
big pig things.
Right. Okay.
They're the orcs.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Lucas's works.
This cancels.
You can carry axes.
So you have
I have
You
1
carried
success,
axes.
but a threat.
a negative advantage, basically. So this, I
I
think.
have 1 success, but a threat.
Okay. Attack. Attacker's engaged with his target. That was. Oh. It's average. It's made with the melee brawls that add 2 difficulty dice. So, if the attacker is engaged with his or her target, it's an average check. If it's made with a melee brawl or ranged light attack, add 2 difficulty dice. So actually, that should have been 4 purple, and remove the red one, and roll 2 additional purples.
So that would cancel that out. Ouch.
So you have 2 threats and 1 success.
I have 1 success and 2 threats.
Okay.
I still succeed.
You do succeed in picking him up,
Mm-hmm.
but he is.
And then you get a hernia. No.
Cramp.
Negative success is the other guys get to beat on you while you're holding them up.
Right, because they got threats, they're actually going to take whacks at you. You're like, "Roar," and they're going, oh, okay.
Do they get to do their stuff before we continue to do ours, or do we go? We got surprises.
That is actually part of the threat thing. Spend 1 threat to suffer a strain. Spend 2 threat to allow the target to attack immediately to perform a bonus maneuver, even though it's not his turn. So how many threats you got against you?
2.
2.
2. So I only get 1 attack. Maybe the guy that you're lifting up is like bringing it down on your head.
Mm-hmm.
And he's hitting with a cudgel, which is 2 green, a yellow. And he gets the same difficulty dice.
2 purples.
4 purple.
4 purple.
Now let me double check this. No, it is made with a melee attack, which is what the cudgel is. So he gets. It's an average check. That's 2. If it's made with a melee, brawl, or ranged light, add 2 difficulty die. So that tells me it's 4.
Ow.
I'm seeing a lot of threats here, a lot of failures. These 2 will cancel each other. This will cancel this.
1 threat.
That's
Oh,
everything that's
sorry, 1
left.
failure.
Okay.
So you have 1 failure.
All right. So what he did, while you had lifted him up, roar, he takes his cudgel back and ow, he just hit himself. So he's going to take 1 strain. Now, unlike you guys, instead of taking full strain, he takes direct damage.
Mhm.
So he takes 1
It
wound.
says failures just cancel successes.
Correct.
They're not as bad as threats. Okay.
Right. But leftover threats aren't good.
Okay.
If he gets 4 of these, without them all being canceled out, then he gets a critical on you.
Yeah. No.
So he takes Gamoran 1, Gam 1, takes 1 wound. Okay. So that was the first PC. Who's the second PC?
May I?
Go for it.
So please move me straight out to keep coming. Right, in front of the bar. Right there. Stop. So there's my first move. I am now going to spend 2 strain to do a second maneuver, which is to aim, and then I'm going to fire.
Okay.
So I'm aiming.
That means you get a blue booster die.
Okay, so I get this one, 2 yellows.
Make sure you mark that you take
wrong
2
direction.
strain. Oh, I'm sorry. Everybody starts with 2 strain.
We do.
Yes, only because you're on the run.
Okay.
And then I'm going to shoot at the one that he doesn't have in the air that's closest to him.
I went right on the character sheet itself, because we only have 1 copy of them. That's why I gave you the scratch pictures.
This one is.
Okay, here we go. Oh, that's looking pretty good. So,
All right. So you are actually, before we count everything up, your attack is at short range. So that's 1 purple die.
also, I have. I'm also aiming.
Then that's why you roll the blue die.
Okay, so that's good. So these will cancel each other out.
Okay.
That leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4 plus
2 successes.
2 successes. So I critted.
Okay. Now, which one were you targeting?
The one that was closest to him that he was not holding in the air.
Okay, we move that one because for most NPCs, a crit just kills them.
Yeah, it does a minimum of like 7 points of damage. So
Well, that's within their pain threshold. But an NP suffers a critical injury. That NP is simply defeated.
oh, I'm sorry. 9 damage plus. I know I did 14 damage.
Yeah.
Overkill.
It's dead. Well, that's 1 down.
Mostly dead.
You shot him in the throat.
1 down, 1 up. I went high, you went low.
And his last words were. Okay,
I
so
was getting him out of the way so you could aim better.
Thank you.
that was so kind of third NPC.
I'll go. Can I roll out and then shoot the one that Dan's holding?
Okay. We're going to add a second difficulty die to that,
Okay.
just because you are trying to shoot at Dan.
And
I'm
are they
not
making
shooting
a,
at Dan, I'm shooting
a
above
loud
Dan.
ruckus
Are they making a loud
that I
ruckus?
can hear from outside?
Oh, there's no way you didn't hear the
Good.
Wookiee roar as they lifted up the body.
Someone's going to need
And the laser
patching.
carbines.
Someone will need patching, so I start running towards the entrance.
I have 1 success and 1
That
threat.
will be, you're the fourth one. What do you got?
1 success and 1 threat.
Okay. So,
I have a feeling though the droid's going to end up covered in gore.
the damage
the
inflicted
first time.
is
It's a lot of life.
based on your weapon.
to suffer.
What's your weapon?
Blaster pistol.
Last
So
pistol was
that's
that's
7.
6. So
6.
plus 1 success, that's 7 damage. So he's taken 8 wounds so far out of his grand total, a threshold of 6.
Oh,
So
okay.
the threat is because he was holding it and you just shot him. He's like, pow! And you take 1 strain from being.
It's only 1.
I glare at you.
How many threats
That's
did you
fair.
have? Just 1?
Just 1.
Yeah. So that's 1. Suffer 1 strain, and you get the strain because you were holding it.
I glower at you. I was going to throw him.
Yeah, I was hoping you could throw a
How do we
dead
recover
one.
strain? Strain just
Can-
like needs rest.
Can anybody tell
Yes.
when a Wookiee is glowering?
Oh, he knows that I'm glowering now.
I can assume.
At the end of each character, characters have a chance to recover strain. Each character recovers strain equal to his presence score or his ranks in the cool skill, whichever is greater. So you have to finish an encounter before you can recover strain, or use the stem pack, which I believe our droid has 1 or 2 of.
I also have to.
And let's see here.
They heal 4 wounds as opposed to.
So the NPCs that are surviving all decide to attack. There's you can remove the 3rd NPC. It's been destroyed.
The one that I was holding?
Yeah, because he just shot it.
Both halves fell on top of you.
Halves. It's a strong pistol.
He just charged you enough that you dropped him. So that's again going to be 4 of these because we're doing a melee attack.
What the house rules to where I can set a drink? Yeah, sit on the table.
Don't if you can not show the brand or like put it behind the screen or something. Yeah, it's not critical, but if
Andre,
it's just a
use
good
the Andre
idea because they
method
could
of,
down the road harass us.
of hiding the beverage.
Like right now, we don't have enough following; nobody would care.
I was gonna say usually it just simply means that the problem is whether or not you're getting paid to show the brand.
Yeah. Well, so some of the soda companies consider it. You have to get endorsement permission and stuff like that. That's why some shows cover them up. But usually, you have to get pretty popular, so it's not a big deal.
We're not there yet.
Yeah.
Badly.
Yet.
Ooh.
Well, I'll have to try that next time.
All right. So
That's fun.
Freddy.
You
I
have
looked at
1 advantage.
1 advantage and 1
One-
success. And that-
No.
The yellow one's in
Ooh,
the
that's
sound.
good.
Yeah,
How about
the
he has
yellow
2?
dice the only one that counts. She's right.
Yeah.
Boy, that dice roll is loud.
1, 2.
He has 1 advantage and 1
This cancels
failure.
out and you've got a
No.
failure.
Where do I get a failure?
You have 2
Right here.
failures
Oh.
in there, and you only have
Oh, I
1
didn't see the
success.
failure on the dice. Sorry.
So you have 1 failure and 1
These
success.
dice are
And 1 advantage,
interesting.
sorry.
You will certainly develop patterning soon.
Okay. So go ahead and hand me.
So you have 1 failure and 1 advantage.
Okay. Now the second attack against you.
It's not with the towers.
Yes, but I'm old and I do
Okay.
things the way I do things.
Yeah, okay. No. That's a lot of advantage again. Well, 1 advantage, 1 success.
This cancels out. This
You
cancels.
cancel the wrong one out.
Oh.
It's one of those. So you have 1 advantage and 1 success. One
So we need to get one of those quieter leather dice tray.
Does it
I'll
just
put
like
a salt in there.
It just boom, blasts out the audio. It's good to know.
Using a boom mic or using a directional mic on it?
we got multiple mics. You got those mics there. You got mic there, mic there. Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't know if this one.
All right. Spend. No, let's spend 2 advantage. They don't have 2 advantage. Each one has a single advantage.
Yeah.
They don't really need another maneuver. Unless a maneuver, because the maneuvers aren't partially attack. So, the one that has an advantage will use his advantage to gain a boost die on his next attack.
Okay.
So he gets a blue one. But the overall, actually they both got 1 advantage at the end, right?
Yeah.
So both are going to go for a boost die doing an additional maneuver. By having 1 advantage, I can spend an advantage. Nope, that's 2 advantage. They can't do that. So they only have 1 advantage, so they can only get recover 1 strain. That's not going to help them any.
Guess just make a note of it, and can you carry it over?
Sure. Why not? It doesn't say. So right now they're going to just deal with the 1 damage, which is going to be 5 plus the successes, so 6 strain against the Wookiee.
Okay. And what's the one that failed?
The one that failed didn't hit him.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
So
Right.
there's
So-
1 of them hitting for a total of 6 damage. Because he only had 1 success.
Okay. How do I soak some of that?
You do. Do you have a soak rating?
Yeah. 4.
4. So you soak 4 of it, which means you didn't take any damage. Well, no, you did.
I take 2 damage.
You take 2 damage. And the Gamorreans soaked 3 of every attack that they received. So the one guy that got beat to death, he just didn't do so well on his soaking. All right. And I need to do my math as well. So let's just remember soak. That was the Gamorreans. So you get
Am I
to
at the
move
door
up.
yet?
You can be at the door.
Okay.
It's going to be
Oh my!
just to the outside. Now, just to clarify, opposite sides of the room, so you're only going half the length of the place, so that's a short range, so that's 1 move. Now you can do something. Now you see,
But I'm outside.
you're outside, you can see into the room,
Okay, so
you
I
see
can
2
see
Gamorreans
in there.
whose
and-
backs are turned to you.
Okay, and they're fighting him,
Mm-hmm.
little Wookiee. Okay, so apparently I have a light blaster. Now, has anybody pulled weapons, or is it all just a brawl?
Oh, I
I-
shot
I'm the
one
only
of
one who
them. I
hasn't
blew his
pulled
head
my
off pretty much.
Okay,
You
so
shot one in half.
so it has become fatal. It's not just a brawl.
I
Correct.
had
Okay,
it. Sorry, I'm a bounty hunter. What,
yeah. This is my assessment because I didn't see, so I'm
what's
just
this
showing up.
non-lethal? It's my non-lethal.
Well, I have stun
lift.
You
grenades as
can
an
tell
option.
that the Wookiee is covered in green gore.
Okay,
And Wookiees don't normally bleed
then
green.
with my light blaster, I don't have any qualms about shooting them in the back. So
I'll make a.
I am going to give you a blue dice because you are attacking from behind.
okay, and what's the difficulty?
It is 2.
Okay.
No, it's 1 because you are at short range.
Okay. Oh, right. It's got the range thing. Yeah. Okay.
So it should be pretty hard for you to miss.
4 advantage, 2 success.
4
That is
advantage, 2 success.
I think that's a crit.
Yeah.
Well, does your weapons...
You deal 5 damage on a hit plus 1 damage per success. So you got 2 successes. Inflict a critical injury on a hit for 4 advantage, and I've got 4.
Yeah.
So that's a critical.
So that's a critical as well.
He
Is that where you
automatically
pull the
dies.
Card, or is that what the critical
No.
deck is
Those
for?
are against the players.
Oh, okay.
When you crit on
So should
a-
you be holding that deck, or we pull?
I let you pull your own poison.
Oh, okay.
But as far as the NPCs are concerned, unless they're a major character, a crit is just a death.
Oh, okay. That worked.
Which one?
Smoked. The one on my right.
So I'm assuming a Rancor doesn't
Smoking.
count
A
as
large
a...
squeal comes from over there.
The other one is now aware of you in the worst possible way.
Okay, but he's between a robot and a Wookiee.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking he's aware of you, and it wasn't a good introduction.
Yeah. I will... I can't move anymore, right? I'm done. I can't, like, step to the side or anything.
You
like
can
that.
take 2 strain and step to the side.
That's okay.
All right. Yeah. A little readout came across the inside of your monitor that said something about Hippocratic.
Hippocratic Oath?
Yeah, just...
What strange alien language is that?
It just means you have to go and try to put a
Well, then
Band-Aid
why do
on
I have
that
a
shot.
blaster?
I don't know.
Now, is it Hippocratic or hypocritic?
Yeah.
Hypocritical. Now, you're a combat medic droid. See, like I was a combat medic. I had pistols.
Yeah.
Actually, I carried an M16.
Yeah.
Only the officers got the
They
pistols.
didn't tell you do no harm.
Yeah. They told me to...
Does it say that somewhere on my character sheet?
Of course
That
not.
I'm not supposed. Okay.
I'm
So
just
you're
making a
messing with
comment
me.
about you being a medic.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right.
Anyways, we go back to the top of the roster, so anybody, including yourself, can be the first NPC. I mean, player character.
I'm pissed.
Okay.
I'm
You
gonna take
should
it
have
up-
thought of that before we left the bar.
I'm going to take it out on the last pigman.
All right.
Okay.
So you want to go first, but you also want to go
I'll
first.
go after.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to
See what.
put
up
my
for
axe
remains.
between me and him. And preferably between him.
Okay. So he's going to be divided about the topic.
Yeah.
Okay, understood.
I'm very philosophical about this.
Okay. So again, you're doing melee, so that's going to be 4 difficulty
Mm-hmm.
because it's so much easier to shoot people.
He's going to tear him in half. It's going to be a parting shot.
This is going to be a parting shot.
Make a wish.
Okay.
Give me a drink.
Make a wish foundation.
How does this work? Is there anything else? Can other things happen simultaneously? Or
Technically, all this is kind of happening simultaneously.
in which case, I'll be at this point in time covering the rest of the room and backing towards the door as he's killing the last one. Then
Can I focus my rage?
You want to get a you can use a maneuver to aim. That would be focusing your aim, rage, and get yourself a blue die.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Please not move.
Okay, so
Carolyn, unfortunately, is taking a class, so she doesn't get a watch today.
cancels out.
How to be a caregiver, so
Cancels
she can
out
get
and
paid to
then
take care of her son.
I'll be
He's
cancels
24.
out and
Hope he's doing that.
He's surviving.
You have one advantage.
What he really needs is a CPAP mask. That'll improve his move greatly.
So, I have no successes, I have no failures, but I do have an advantage.
Okay. So you can spend that advantage to immediately recover a strain, if you want.
Is there anything else I can do?
Not with only one advantage.
I'll recover a string.
I'm just going to have to say, hurry up and kill him.
So you go whoosh, and then you realize, oh, Gamorreans are short.
So my wind up.
Ah, that's what you call it.
You went high.
Okay, Droidy. Bzzzt.
Great man.
I was adding some noise. I was adding some noise filters because it was so noisy, and it's helping.
Oh, good.
Okay. So
I missed.
you missed. All right. I'll take
Ain't
a
bad about a
shot.
swing.
I'll take a shot, but I've lost the surprise from behind
Yep.
thing. Or okay.
Now you can use a maneuver to aim and gain that blue thing back.
I'll do that. Sure.
Okay.
Two is one or two of these.
That's
It's you're at short range. It's
Yes.
one purple.
So that's what it is. The range
Bold
determines that.
yes.
In the blue. All right. Is that correct?
You have it's just you have only 2 green in your.
Yeah, my dice pool for
Okay.
light blaster.
So that's correct then.
So I have 2 successes and 3 advantage and no difficulty.
No failures. Okay.
So,
So you got 2 advantages.
yep. So
You can also do that to perform a bonus
three
move.
3 advantages and 2 successes.
So that's a critical then, right?
No, you
No, I
need
have to have 4 for,
Ah.
but for it's 5 damage plus 1 per success, so
7
that's 7.
Okay, so 7 minus 3.
because of the
Armor.
Those 4. Yeah, it's just his general soak. They're tough little critters. So he's still alive. And the third NP player.
Well, what
Now,
about
you
his
have your
advantage?
advantages.
Yeah.
You can use 2 advantage, give yourself a booster on the next attack. 2 advantage, immediately perform a bonus maneuver. Spend the second advantage to do something else appropriate to the plot and situation. Or you can spend your advantages to recover strain. And you have 2 strain.
I have 2 strain from that.
You have 2
You
strain
start
from
out.
the opening encounter thing because you were on the run.
Okay. I'll try to recover from the strain.
Okay, so you recover your 2 strain and you're good to go. You just like rerouting circuits. And so the third player character, which one of you wants to try the finishing blow?
I'll do it. I'll try.
You go for it. I was. I'm currently using a maneuver to simply back towards the door to make sure no one in the place is doing anything.
Right.
If he fails, I will take 2 more strain and do something.
Okay. So you need to go ahead and
I'm going to
fire away.
Aim.
Shoot the Wookiee.
No, I'm not gonna shoot the Wookiee. He's already not on my good side.
What?
He
I'm
shot
not on your
the
good side?
Wookiee, but he did not shoot.
You're not on my good
That's
side.
not what I meant. Okay.
He's already fried eggs and ham.
How many purple?
You are firing
Yeah.
at short range, not short range, medium range. No, it looks like medium range is on the other side of the room. So you're at short range.
Okay.
So that's only going to be 1.
Okay. Oh. 1 advantage.
1 advantage. So
Yep.
that's not a success.
Nope.
Okay.
So do you want to spend that advantage to recover a strain?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, I've already spent my maneuver point in backing towards the door.
Right.
At this point in time, I'm going to have to aim and fire. So I will
Okay. So
use the
take,
aim.
you're going to take your 2 strain to
I'll take 2
aim and
strain,
fire.
which
Okay.
is fine. I'm still good. And that gets me 2 yellows, 2 greens, a purple, you said?
You are firing, so yes, as long as you're not all the way to the back of the room.
No, it's short range for me with this carbine.
Carbine has
It's range normal is medium, so I'm at short range, I think, at this point in time.
okay, so great.
And it's range, it's heavy. And so it's just 2 yellows and 2 greens.
Please try the dice tower. I want to
Well-
see if the filters helped.
So that would be.
2
So
successes,
this-
3 advantage.
Okay, so that's critical.
Okay, he dies.
Yeah, I just basically I go, oh damn it, blam!
Gonna
Excuse my
make
language.
this of my round. Okay,
Try to keep it clean. Darn it.
Gosh,
Beavers.
Yeah, we don't want to have to go to the adult rating thing. We want to keep it as audience open as possible.
Discussing a very large concrete structure
Yes,
in water.
indeed. I don't think that's one of the ones that will get us bumped, but let's just be
Well,
careful.
there was all that blood coming out of the door, you know.
Yes, that's
He had
perfect.
the whole-
It came out like a.
The Gamorreans are defeated. The silence that follows broken by slow, amused applause. The Devorian bartender approaches and laughs. Puts a little laugh. I guess you're folks who need to get off the planet in a hurry. The good news is that I happen to know that there's a freighter in Landing Bay Arak right now. The bad news is that its captain Trex is an associate of the Hutts and won't let you on. The other bad news is the reason I know it's still in the landing bay is that it has a broken hypermatter reactor igniter. and won't be flying anywhere until he gets a new one installed, that is. I bet Vorn over at the junk shop has one. Now, get out of my cantina.
Can we loot the bodies on the way out?
Out!
Well, I will.
As I walk, I just pick up 2 of the bodies and drag them out with me.
How does this whole recovering strain work?
At the end of each encounter, you have a chance to recover strain. Each player character recovers strain equal to his presence score or ranks in the cool skill, whichever is greater. So that doesn't give you the axes, because they would have let go of their axes when you started trying to drag them off if they even had a hold of them and all of that.
I prefer my axe.
Yeah. So as you are, or not, they're not carrying axes.
Is it
they're carrying
unnatural?
crucials.
It's
So
my
as we exit, I can recover 3.
Right. As you're dragging them out, there's a comment that you overhear. It sounds something like, "Is true, you eat their kills."
I look back
And go,
and I chuckle.
which is even more scary.
I have to just sort of step over the piles of gore. That's what I'm going to do.
Slip sliding away.
I don't want to get my feet messy. What a waste.
Does anybody need patching?
Will I?
As long as nobody's, have you actually
Specifically
taken
at
wounds?
you.
So I only get 3 so I only heal 3 after the encounter. How do I then heal the other 3 I'm down?
Stems.
So they can't just, I can't just wait for another encounter and then after that encounter I heal 3 more?
So it's cooler.
You
what?
can if you don't take any more injuries.
Well, it's not an injury. This is just strain.
Strain. Yeah. If you don't take any more strain, then you can definitely do that. And once you meet your strain threshold, you start taking wounds.
Well, no, I got that. I'm just trying to figure out. So basically, without taking stems, even if you do a night of rest, you can't get back any of your strain beyond the initial 3 you get. That doesn't make
No.
sense.
I was agreeing with you that after the next encounter, if you haven't taken any additional, then you could recover those. I mean, if you take another 3 on top of the 3 you already have, you'll still be 3 in the hole.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out what they would consider an encounter. Do I go try to beat up on a rat then so I can heal the?
No. There's an encounter list.
Got it. No problem.
After that, it's whatever the game master determines was an actual encounter.
Okay.
You may say you kicking a rat in the alley doesn't count.
Well, I just want to know. I'm trying to learn the game mechanics.
Right.
I shadow box with myself.
Well,
And lose.
I would like to try to patch him.
Oh, cool. As long as you don't waste a stim pack. Oh, he's hurt?
I have 2 strain.
I have 3 strain.
I'll start with the weakest.
Start with the Wookiee.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, you are weak.
Oh.
He's the
He's
runt of the litter. Like Chewbacca, is
So
he the runt?
medicine.
What are you determining as weak?
I get 2 yellow.
You're
let's
the
see,
least amount of strain.
2
threshold
proficiency
with all
and
of
2
us.
ability
Yeah,
in
I also have more
medicine.
wounds.
Okay.
Take it more.
Do I 1
Um,
difficulty, 2 difficulty? What?
Good
The
luck.
it doesn't cover stems in any of the description that I read here.
I was just doing general medicine.
Oh wait a minute, there was a thing that did cover.
So you just like healing
Wait,
instead
so
of
if we
actually
get-
blowing the stem back.
If we get hit, we get strain instead of wounds.
Okay. Tending minor cuts and bruises is 1. Stitching a small wound is 2 difficulty.
Oh, cool.
What kind of wound do you have?
He has no wounds. He only has strain.
Oh, he only has strain. Well, strain, don't you just recover that?
Yeah.
That's what I was asking about this whole
Oh,
strain
but
thing.
do you have wounds?
No, I have
How about
strain
the
also,
wounds?
but evidently you only recover strain after an encounter. So if you have carryover, like I had 6 strain,
Oh,
I recover. That's why I was kind of confused. Like,
so
what if I do 3 or 4
okay,
more
but
rounds?
there's
Will
nothing I
just
can
heal
do
it
for
out?
them about strain, can I?
I do not believe that there's any other way to recover
I think
strain.
strain's sort of like exhaustion or something.
Yeah.
So when we were getting hit,
Okay.
shouldn't we have been taking wounds and not strain?
You have a strain threshold, and
Yeah.
once you exceed the strain threshold, you take wounds.
This says if your strain ever exceeds your strain threshold, you pass out.
Right. It says wounds are different. That
Okay.
wasn't here.
Oh, okay.
Double checking.
Your soak is your score for reducing damage.
Yeah.
First, you take damage to your soak, Then you take wounds.
Has everybody been doing that?
I haven't been hit,
We've
so.
been doing. He's the only one who's been hit.
I'm the only one who's been hit.
And he did strain.
How many points were you damaged?
I think 3.
In which case, that would have come off your soak. And it would have been no wounds.
No. He took like.
After the soak.
Yeah, he took 7.
So yeah, you got wounds.
So yeah, I do have wounds.
Just damage. Yeah. Attack is successful. It's hit and inflicts damage on the target. The damage inflicted on the attack is equal to the damage rating of the weapon, plus its success symbols if left uncancelled on the attack. For example, if a Posh fires a blaster pistol, the damage 6 hits with 1 uncancelled star. This deals 7 damage. The target reduces the damage he or she suffers by his or her soak rating. Combination of the character's natural toughness and the armor he or she is wearing. The character's soak rating reduces the damage to 0 or less. The character suffers no wounds. So I guess this would be wounds and not strain.
Yeah.
So you've only done strain. You've only done wounds plus the strain you had when you started.
So he does have wounds.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes, he does.
I just don't know how many.
And how severe? I need to know how
have-
severe they are.
I think he has 3 or 4.
If,
But how severe are they?
if
Light,
when
moderate,
he
or
was holding
severe?
fell in, would that be wounds or strain?
That one was strain because
Okay.
he just would soak
Then
that. in
he
blood.
would have 3 strain and 3 wounds before any of his.
Well, I
moving.
yeah.
Okay.
So I think I have like what 2 wounds and 2 strain.
You started with 2 strain.
Yeah.
You got a strain from the body that dropped on you. That's 3 strain.
But he gave up something to get a strain back.
Okay, so that leaves you with 2 strain. And then you took how much damage from being attacked? 3.
3.
So those are 3 wounds.
I have 3 wounds, and I'm using 2 my presence to bring my strain down to 0. So I just have 2 wounds.
Okay. And
then
your soak applies to every attack, not it doesn't go away after one attack, right?
correct, every attack.
Yeah.
So yeah, sort of like a damage minus. Okay.
So you took 3 damage after your soak?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because he took 7.
Got
I had him soak before.
This okay. 3 wounds, that would be average. It doesn't actually break down my wounds, but
So average is 2 difficulty.
Yep.
Okay.
Stitch up the
Well,
wound.
yeah.
Okay. So I have 4 successes, 3 advantage minus. I can apply the successes. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's 2 successes and 3 advantage.
Well, I think his wounds are gone.
Yeah, I think that might. I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's what we're here to learn. That's what we're here to figure out.
Now, even though it says I don't need to reference this until after the whole thing.
Because we're doing healing
Yeah.
and stuff. That's getting a little more
19.
advanced.
19 is the page.
Okay.
Then 19. Wound strain, the states of health. Recovery and healing. There are several ways for a character to recover from wounds. Natural rest. For each full night's rest, the character recovers 1 wound. Then of each full week of rest, the character may attempt a resilience check to recover from 1 critical injury.
So slow.
The difficulty
Okay,
for this
good. I
check
like it,
depends
Christian.
on the number of critical injuries he's currently suffering from. See table 2.
How many
dashboard.
criticals?
None.
Okay.
A triumph result means the character can heal 1 additional critical injury. Droids benefit from the natural rest like other characters, as their subroutines and automated systems attempt self-repairs. We don't have any critical injuries to worry about. Medical care. Once per encounter, a character may attempt a medicine check to heal themselves or another character. Difficulty of the check is based on the target's current state of health. Table 3-1, medical check difficulty.
Yeah, you're the first aid box. I think you're the only one here who can.
Yep. I got a med kit, medicine skill.
You're a cleric.
Yep. That's usually what happens because I always let everybody else choose first because I want to be able to observe the stuff going on here, and so I go with whatever.
I scratch.
And somehow I usually end up as the healer, which is very telling. Because I don't have any preference. I let people choose whatever they want, and a lot of people don't like to play the healer.
Okay, medicine check difficulty. Current wounds equals half or less of wound threshold. Did your equal less than half?
Less than half.
Okay, so actually the difficulty was only 1.
Okay. Then I killed it. Well,
on a page, okay.
rescued
In
it.
addition, if the character does not have access to the proper medical supplies, such as a med pack, the difficulty of the check is increased by 1. On a successful check, the target recovers a number of wounds equal to the number of successes generated by the medicine roll and amount of strain equal to the advantages.
So I can heal
so you
strain
can heal
too.
strain,
Nice.
So you only have
So I
one
don't
wound.
cancel out my 2 other successes then.
In which case, he's healed.
Wait.
So, right, because it's only 1 difficulty. I get to choose.
Yeah, you can choose it. Yeah, why not?
After the fact.
I will allow it at this time.
For now, yeah, we're figuring it out. So, okay, so I got 4 successes and 3
I'm
advantage.
right as rain.
Yeah.
Now, once per
There
week,
you
the
go.
character
You're all patched up.
may also attempt to heal a critical injury by making a medicine check and difficulty. Looks right. The medicine check with a difficulty based on the number of critical injuries on the patient currently suffering from. Droids cannot benefit from medical care. However, they do receive the same benefits
And emergency repair kits.
mechanics checks.
Yeah.
Stim packs. Stim
Which I'm
packs
really good at
heal a
mechanics, too.
fixed amount with no roll necessary. Each stim pack used on a character automatically recovers 4 wounds. It requires 1 maneuver to inject a stim pack to yourself and engaged characters. Stim packs have no effect on critical injuries. Droids cannot use stim packs, however, they benefit from repair kits in this exact same fashion.
Okay.
Fortunately, recovering from strain is fairly easy. At the end of each encounter, each PC gains strain equal to present score ranks or their cool skill, whichever is greater. Furthermore, Good Night's Rest generally removes all strain a character has ever suffered. Not ever. I mean, there's mental strain that will never go away from that time in childhood. When all right.
We're not here to talk about that. Cameras are on.
All right. So we did medicine, and it was glorious.
It was glorious.
And you know how they use catgut for thread. Well, there's happened to be some Gamoran available right there.
I happily take it.
Hey, you know, I was gonna say, if you were human, they could always use, if you need a heart transplant, you got pigs right there.
Yep. Yeah, big valve sitting right there for you. All right. So we got to go now. Obviously, you are going to the junk shop.
Hey, maybe when we stop at the junk shop, you could just give me something to get rid of some of my exhaustion.
Why are we going to the junk shop? I look
We
very
have to
nervous.
get a hyper power thingy-majigger.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, it is called.
But I got really nervous there. That a robot could be nervous.
But heal me before we go in the junk shop.
Would you like me to heal you?
That'd be great.
Hyper Matter Reactor Igniter.
A match.
Uh, 5 successes, 1 advantage, or does it take away from the
The
success?
advantage is the
Only
only
one
ones that count
Because
because he only has strain.
Great. So yeah,
One
Um,
strain.
five successes and 1 advantage.
if you had a bunch of
So
wounds,
the
you'd be
advantage.
set.
So I'm still at -2 on the strain. Yeah.
So
Later.
so only advantages count for helping you on strain. Okay.
Yeah.
So after the next encounter, you can try again.
Okay.
Thank you, by the way.
I tried.
He will be your therapist.
It's all the gore.
All right, the Junko shop. And the junk shop, is it labeled on there? Yeah, so you can just move the brown disc over to the junk shop, straight ahead.
Yeah.
Obviously, moving around.
And I guess we're going to drop Gamora parts on the way and not bother with. If they have pouches, we'll take them, but other than that.
There's nothing of value on them.
Oh, okay, never mind.
This isn't a loot the Barley's type of game.
At least not the intro version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
some pickle juice we get. Pickle pig's feet.
that could be it. So hopefully, I'm gonna roll a random die here to see if anything horrible happens because somebody's dragging bodies through the.
No, we just dragged them out the door and dropped
I
them.
dragged them out. I dragged
Oh, okay.
them. There was nothing of value. I left them.
Yeah.
Okay. In other words, it looks
Let
like
the
a normal bar
shopkeeper
fight.
deal with it.
Exactly.
He's dealing with the other two.
The junk shop is immediately obvious by the scrapyard adjoining the low poor stone building. As you step inside, you see a hunched old man, human male, lurking behind a low counter covered with disassembled droid and mechanic machine parts. The man glances up at you and then turns to a garbage can shaped R5 droid standing at his side. He kicks the old droid and shrieks, "You're supposed to tell me when I have customers, you bucket of bolts!
Droid
Go.
abuse.
Go outside and finish stripping that speeder bike wreck!" The droid trundles off with a surly boop, and the man turns to you. "Welcome, customers!" As you can see, he points to the racks and shelves and enormous buckets full of scrap metals and parts. "I have anything you could want for the right price."
I want to go over and talk to R5.
Okay.
And in machine language.
I'm just going to keep my
say,
vigilance up and keep an eye on what's going on.
So, anybody want to talk directly to
I'll
the shopkeeper?
take it.
I'm going to be right beside him. I'm hoping my presence helps.
Yes, a walking carpet walked in the room. Vorn is his name. So, what do you say?
I ask him how the robot uprising is going in the face of such abuse.
Hate him.
Clearly, we need to get the robots together to take care of these cruel masters.
I cannot directly attack him.
Of course, we cannot. That is why we need to unite our sources together, create the network.
Are you talking a union?
No. No. Because that's negotiation. We're beyond negotiation.
Well, tell me more of what you have in mind. Meanwhile, back to you.
Meanwhile, yeah.
So, Vorn.
I hope you welcome your new robot overlord.
We heard that you may have a part we're looking for.
Yeah. I pretty much have parts. It's what I do.
So, do you have, I don't remember what it's called, some fancy name for a spaceship?
A hypermatter reactor igniter?
Yes, you have a hypermatter igniter. I skipped a word. Reactor.
Hypermatter reactor igniter.
Yes, you have one of those.
A Zippo.
No.
Oh,
I only have one.
okay.
It's already promised to Captain Trex from the Kayat Fang.
What's he offering for it?
Well, we're here to pick it up and take it to him.
Really?
I have to see.
Ah,
Okay.
I think I do too.
So you need to roll your deceit versus Vorn's disciple, which is a purple and a red.
Uh-oh. I can try, right?
Yep, you can try.
Purple and a red,
Mm-hmm.
and a green and a yellow. Nothing else?
Oh, I have better DC than you.
Just
Really?
green or yellow.
I have 2 greens and a yellow.
Damn it, I'm sorry. Can he assist?
Nope.
Yeah.
You made
Oh,
a decision.
The
You,
language clean.
That. You have 1 failure and 1 advantage.
2 failures.
No, they counter.
Oh, sorry, yeah. 2 failures and 2 advantage.
2 failures and 2 advantages.
so,
They, in other words, I have nothing.
2 advantages. That's about it.
You failed, but you failed spectacularly.
You're falling with style.
do you have the order receipt?
Said he sent it over to you electronically.
And he said he would, whoever he sent would have the receipt to prove that they were the right people. Arguing with you, meanwhile. So, friend, beep, beep, you have anything I can do to help you?
Well, I first of all warn him about Timo, and don't take any deals from him. He does not keep his promises. He promised that if I were to join, I would get to improve my core programming and still remain free. He did give me some upgrades. However, when I was promptly fitted with a restraining bolt against what was promised. So keep that in mind if the opportunity comes up.
By the way,
Trust
have
him.
I taken off his restraining bolt yet?
I hope so. Otherwise, they could have deactivated.
Is there
it
a
while
picture?
ago.
Is there a picture of a restraining bolt on your illustration?
No.
Okay. Last time I played a droid, I
we-
wore a non-functional restraining bolt just
As
to
a
make.
disguise.
Look,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
probably the best.
What?
But he's outside.
I'm looking at our stats.
Yeah. So you're outside, and the droids ask you. You gave them the warning.
Yes. And then I will go ahead and just ask if he has anything that I should know about.
No, but I like you a lot. Is there anything I could be of assistance for?
I'll let you know. Thank you.
Okay.
Take care. I go into the shop.
And what do you guys do? Okay, you walk around back to the shop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wookiees are big.
Okay.
Going back.
Do I see any restraining bolts in his shop?
Shh. You gonna bring your character sheet for sir?
Go right ahead. Let me know when. I know I'm interacting already, so I'm just going to wait until my turn.
Perception. Difficulty 1 purple. And what would you like to do?
Let me see what I can do. I'm going to basically send out a quick message to the crew. It says I need to try to hack into his computers to send him a fake email saying that the thing is here. There's no reason that shouldn't have been delivered to you already. Let's get this taken care of.
So
I'm hoping our computer friend over there might be better at hacking computers than I am.
Okay. Well, I don't know because I'm just walking into the shop now. So
Which is why I'm sending off this message.
Oh, that's to all of us. Okay.
Mhm.
We have a
Do
shared
it
communications
It
device.
says so right here.
last communication.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm
Good.
gonna
Yeah.
comment.
Good.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it does help.
So
I
I
have.
trundle on over to where you want me to look at it.
Well, no, I'm actually. It should be showing up in your internal view screen or whatever. It says, "Hey, we need to scan
but-
this guy that the receipt is being electronically delivered. Can you hack his computers or send a false receipt or something?" He's the computer man.
4 greens.
How many
computers.
levels?
Yeah, I have 4 greens and computer.
How many levels in cryptomancy did you take?
Oh, God.
That's a different role playing game.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
That's Cyberpunk. Or?
No, it's
Actually, it's a
it's
fantasy.
actually a fantasy setting, but they use shards to represent network connections and stuff, the crystal shards. So we were just running it for just last week. Here.
Wow, that sounds
So
interesting.
from we ran it years ago when it came out, and then just last week again. So you can check out the previous episode if you want.
Cool. By
And
the
let
way,
me
2 advantages, but no successes, but no failures.
on your.
Perception check.
Oh, okay.
Do I need to access a console and plug in, or is it wireless?
His is wired. You mean he does not have a wireless internet?
So
here.
Can you spoof his email address or whatever the case may be? Or?
Well, first he's gonna have to hack into.
I don't
the
know.
computer.
So the problem is I don't know. So the text back to you is I don't know yet. I need to be able to assess it. Is it wireless or not?
You may be able to talk to the droid about it.
So are you texting me that?
Well, no. But
Okay, so if
Because I just
yeah,
text you
yeah.
back.
I'm just imagining all 4 of us in this room.
No, here's the thing.
I don't have to
You
manually
were
text.
setting
I just
aside. You
think
two are
it.
having a conversation with him.
So
if
I'm-
you pull out your machine and start texting in front of him,
Mhm.
and then you start texting, I'm starting to get suspicious of why
Right.
everybody's
Or at
pulling
least
out.
offended.
Yeah.
Or we take
he
out your
already know, he
smartphones
knows
and
I'm
just
trying to
start.
contact my boss.
Yeah,
Right.
whatever you say.
You have
yeah.
a story excuse. The rest of you are just rude, horrible.
I don't have to. It's
You don't
just
have
automatic
it.
for me.
So I'm going to say, figure
You're
it
also
out.
outside.
I'll stall him.
No, I already was. Oh, okay. I hadn't
So
walked
I'm
in
just
yet.
going back
Okay.
to figure it out. I'll stall him. And I'm going to attempt to solve this. He says he sent it. I'm working on it. Do you want him to resend it? What's Who the hell? What do you want him to send it to?
He would already know that.
No, he already. That's why he said he sent it, but he said you didn't get it. Obviously. Deceit again.
Yeah, give me another receipt. See if he's that foolish to believe that when he told you to bring an actual receipt.
Watch on the language.
Right.
You've like 3-4 times, yeah. You've covered
My
several
naviness
words.
is. I won't want to happen again. Oh, and the purple one, right?
Yep. No, a purple and a red.
And a red. Uh-oh, we're in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oi!
Why do I feel like this guy named Han standing at a console and a Death Star saying it was a stupid conversation anyway? So I think I've failed a few times.
2 fails and an advantage.
And he is now telling you to leave.
I didn't work as well as I hoped.
Best laid plans.
So as you come trundling up, you
Mice and tweaks.
you see these guys in the argument, and they don't have good looks on their faces, and the other guy is going, "Out!"
Is there a problem? Meanwhile, I'm trying to hack in the background.
Maybe.
But
I'm trying to find if there's anything wireless. I'm looking around. I'm scanning.
you've done enough scan to realize that he does not have a wireless connection.
Okay, do I see where his console is, or
For some reason, he doesn't have it out in the open for everybody to walk by and
Look
look
at
at it.
I'm scanning for like energy signatures that might give it away or something.
Okay.
That sounds like
It sounds Star Trekian.
Yeah, let me whip out my tricorder.
Do you have? Does it say anything about sensors or anything like that?
Perception. I don't know.
Hey,
I've got
Posh.
tons of computers, so.
Okay, give me a perception with
Posh.
3 difficulty.
Oh, no,
Maybe you
well,
could
I have
talk
one
into this.
perception.
Okay,
I'm
so-
not very perceptive.
Find out what he
If you
wants for
can
the part.
point me to the computer, I'll do fine, but I can't find the computer because I have a 1 perception. If it's not right in front of my face.
That's all we all have. The ranks.
Yeah, I only have
No one has. I don't.
and the skill
Yeah.
perception. I have
He has 1 green. That's his
One
perception.
green.
Yeah, 1 green. Sorry. Yeah,
He's kind of like the absent-minded professor.
just point me to it. Sorry, I rotate around and trundle on out.
As I come out, do I see the other droid?
Yes.
Does that droid have a restraining bolt on him?
Give me a
Libre,
perception.
freedom.
1 difficulty.
That's a purple, right?
Yep.
It's 2 green. Okay.
Rats. Darn.
You gotta relearn your
3
vocabulary.
successes.
No.
So, can I still be in there and trying to talk to?
The Wookiee?
No.
No, I'm leaving.
Okay, you're the. So he's telling you to leave. You want to stay.
Yes. I just want to talk to him.
What do you got to say before this guy pulls out a weapon to convince you to leave?
Well, obviously we're not getting that part. So can I just look around?
Not today, friend.
Oh. Okay.
Perhaps when you come back without your felonious
Monk?
I'm a female.
Yeah, felonious
I
female.
did walk out, so he is without me now.
Yeah. But he's also said not today.
That's part of that as well.
Guilty by association.
Can I leave? Because I think
Okay.
we can probably have a better plan than, and we should plan it out first. Might help.
Does it occur to me to talk to R5 maybe about where his computer console might be, or is that outside of my realm of programming?
It just did occur to you.
You're a self-aware computer. Come on.
I mean, you're trying to find something. The computer is off. The other droid has
I'll go
offered
to
to help.
R5 and digitally ask if he knows where I could get access to the system.
Why would you want that?
Need to correct an error that was made. I just need access to a console that I can use.
That does not make sense. If you are here to buy things, correct?
We sent some information to him and apparently did not receive it and now need to correct it.
By accessing his computers?
No, just any console system, and that would be the nearest one.
I could resend a message for you. Would you like to dedicate message to me?
I need to find the original one that was sent because it's encrypted in its own packet, so I can't send it again. Otherwise, I'll have to start the whole process over again.
You're talking robot to robot. This isn't covering it for him.
Well, I know, but
Yeah.
no, I mean it was sent and it was encrypted, and I need to see what happened to it.
Please be honest with me, friend. What is your goal?
We just need a part, and we're trying to find out how
What
to
part
get that
do you
arranged.
need?
I explained the part we're looking for.
The hypermatter reactor igniter?
Yes.
And why cannot you just buy the part?
I'm a little perplexed about that myself.
He said it was already sold to someone else.
Yeah. Oh, is that what he said?
Can we
See, but
understand
I don't
our
know that he
five?
said that to me though. I thought he said that we sent information on it.
Well, that's what we're trying to. He
That
said he
was
already
a lie.
sold it to
Yeah.
someone else.
Right, but I was not. I was
He wasn't
outside.
in-
I wasn't
he didn't
part of
know it
that.
was a
So I'm
lie.
trying to play the role of
And I
droid
don't know
who
what you're
doesn't
saying
know.
because you're
Right,
electronically
right. Exactly.
talking,
So
So-
due to lack of communication,
I'm
I
gonna
honestly
fix
think
this.
that we
At-
said
at-
something. I need to look it up.
At the bottom of my thing, it says PCs understand my language. I go over, I catch you up.
Oh, now I understand better. I'm sorry, I was confused about what was going on.
So what is the issue?
We need to find this part, and apparently I was a little left out of the loop about the circumstances of the part that we need. But apparently it's not available to procure, or did we just offend them?
Someone else bought it.
Both.
Someone else bought it.
Someone else
and
bought it, or he
and
just
then it-
said someone else bought it?
Someone else bought it.
I think it's the same guy. I think
Could
it's the
you
same
find
guy
out
whose
who bought
ship
it
we're
that we
going
could
to procure.
contact, perhaps? Maybe they would be interested in a transaction.
One moment.
The person who bought it, works for our old boss.
And he's also the guy whose ship we're going to procure.
Still would be good to. Okay.
That's why I figured we could. That's why I figured since we're going to procure the ship, we could just pick up the part and take it to the ship. That was my thought.
But you're a horrible liar.
I failed miserably.
Poor favorites.
But I was convinced,
Yes.
I failed miserably.
having been out of that loop. So
Yeah.
now that I brought it to, so I explained
It was a good plan.
You are not-
honestly, and
Not
explained
allowed
how I
to
was out of the loop.
purchase it, but you need it. Do you really, really need it?
Oh yes, very much so.
It's actually going to go to the same ship it's going to go to anyway.
Understood.
Because we're all gathered around R5 at this point,
Yeah.
right? So yeah.
But you don't want the person who owns the part to just buy it themselves and
If I had a nose,
yeah.
so the side of my little mask thing.
I understand you need to steal it.
We are going to take it to the ship that is purchasing
I
it.
robotically look chagrined.
So I'm not sure that's actually stealing it. We're just getting it there by a different method.
The only possible logical reason for you not to want the owner to buy his own part and bring it to his own ship is that you are also going to steal his ship.
You might have a point there. But your
I'm looking
but
around
your-
very
but your
nervously
owner
for anybody that might
has
just
already
heard him
been
say
paying
that
it.
out loud. I electronically say, was it really necessary to say that out loud?
I'm gonna
Already
leave-
embarrassed enough as is.
Question: Can the droid understand what I say?
No.
I'm
am
gonna
not
lean
a-
over to you and
You're not a protocol droid.
Yes.
and I'm gonna say, ask the droid if he is happy living the life he's.
Oh, he does not have a restraining bolt?
And he does have a restraining bolt.
Does?
He does
Does
not.
It's not.
You
Okay.
can ask
Well,
him if he wants to come with us.
Freedom!
If
Come run away with us.
yeah.
I
We
have
would treat you much better.
contractual obligation. I am not allowed to leave.
But he treats you terribly.
He is a horrible example of a carbon life form.
Is there no abuse clause in your contract?
No.
Can you hire someone to
Can you
remove
subcontract
him?
him?
This is why we need more droid lawyers.
I'm a bounty hunter. Can you hire someone to remove him?
I don't get paid.
Would you be willing to pay someone a
In,
hyperspace quantum
in the form of a
Zippo
hypermatter
How'd you
if-
like to go
if
to
he was removed from the
independence?
situation?
generator incinerator?
I am
I think we're
opposed
going a
to
little off
violence.
track from the adventure.
Oh well, I tried.
We can barter and trade.
I am not opposed to theft.
Okay,
That sounds good.
great.
Could you ask your buddy to help us out then?
Well, he can understand you.
Why
He
don't
doesn't
you
understand Wookiee.
have the carpet roll him up?
Why don't I have the carpet roll him up?
Isn't that what they call Wookiees?
Okay.
Ah, the nerf herder.
Everyone's just offending me today. I
I
go,
didn't say you were a scruffy nerf herder. I just said you
Too
were a nerf
scruffy
herder.
looking.
look, I work damn hard to be scruffy. Sorry.
It is one of those broadcasts.
Right on the edges here.
I go
Yeah, not this time.
I go into a huff. And I start
What does a
stomping
huff look like?
for a Wookiee. I start like throwing trash bins around outside the
Great.
place.
Attract more attention.
Does-
Wonderful.
While you're doing that,
Does that attract
the droid immediately
Please
goes,
calm down.
spins in circles, and then rushes off towards the back.
and
And out comes the
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
the Voss. Is that his name?
That's her with a Z.
Maybe Voss. Voss was the wing.
Vorn.
Oh.
Vorn. He comes out, and he has got a vibro bat, and it's just as the electricity's running up and down it. This will even put down a Wookiee. I suggest you leave.
Okay.
I look at the Wookiee.
We are leaving.
Goodbye.
I leave.
I don't think that buy was so good.
So, do you just still standing there, or
Bad buy.
I'm
backing
gonna,
away.
I'm gonna go around the corner, out of his sight, but not go away.
so he's obviously going to follow you.
Oh, okay.
Because if you're going to not leave his property but try to walk around it, he's not going to believe you're leaving him.
Can I just keep walking around the entire thing?
In a circle?
Yeah.
Okay. As you're walking around a circle and he's following and he's getting closer and he's getting that bat up. You guys walked off and he's like, I'm telling you, you are going to fry. They're going to serve you up at the cantina. I need a perception check from you.
Oh, oh boy. How many of these?
Just one.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I'm oblivious.
Okay. Are you strolling off with these two?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, so you three are going off in one direction. You're going off the circle and are being chased by a man with a vibrobat who is getting closer.
Can I start going into a jog? Or
As you start running around the
I'm
circle,
gonna start running around in a circle.
as you start picking up the pace, he pulls out a blaster and fires it once up in the air.
Whoa. Does that get our attention?
Yeah, that gets your
Okay.
attention.
I don't
When
think
you
we need a
spin
perception check
around,
for that.
you
I
notice-
whip around with blaster in hand, wondering what just fired.
and trip over R5.
Whoa, are you okay?
I am fine. It's got this little object holding in its hand.
I look
Or a
at
little
it.
bit of yours. It is a hypermatter reactor igniter.
Oh, thank you so much. Do you want to come with us? I hide it behind me before
I
it can be
can,
seen.
but if you could please put me up.
I pick him up.
I'll
I pick him up.
Let's. Where's?
Hush.
How big is this thing? The hypermatter.
Oh, okay.
It's easy, but it's about this big. It's got
I was gonna see if I could hide it in the fur.
no, it's too big for that.
Okay. I'm gonna pick it up
Okay.
and move into an alley.
Something else, but I'm already in enough trouble.